Hi everyone, Felipe here again with Prepped and Polished. Thanks for joining us today. So today's video is about important formulas in the Math No Calculator section of the SAT, specifically the slope-intercept form. So before we jump into a specific problem, let's review first what the slope-intercept form of a line is and what equation we use to represent it. So the slope-intercept form is represented through the equation y equals mx plus b, with two important variables here. M being our slope, which is a constant, it does not change, and b being our y-intercept, also not changing. When we know this formula, we're able to tackle a problem like this. That's why this formula is so useful in this section of the SAT. So the problem reads, the line y equals kx plus 4, where k is a constant, is graphed in the xy plane. If the line contains the point CD, so CD is a solution to this line, where c doesn't equal 0 and d doesn't equal 0, what is the slope of the line in terms of c and d? So we're solving for slope in terms of c and d, so we're keeping c and d. Now what this problem doesn't tell us is that the slope of the line equals k. But if we were to know what the slope-intercept form of a line is, the general formula, we would be able to figure that out right away. So what is the slope-intercept form of a line? It's represented by the equation y equals mx plus b, where this m term is next to the x, it's multiplying with x. And if we observe the two different equations, we notice a similarity between m and k. And m stands for our slope. With that, we're able to come to the conclusion that m equals k, which is our slope. Effectively, the problem wants us to solve for k in terms of c and d. And we're able to come up with that conclusion knowing the slope-intercept form of the line. So if k is our slope, we now have to use the slope formula to determine what k can be in terms of c and d. So the slope formula is represented by y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. y2 and x2 being a point, and y1 and x1 being a different point. From this equation, and from the problem itself, what 2 points do we know that this line intersects? The first one is c and d, because the problem tells us that. It says the line contains the point c and d. And the second point, and this is not told directly, is that the line has a y-intercept of 4, meaning that it goes through the point 0, 4. It crosses the y-axis at 4. And at the y-axis, every x value is 0. Using this formula now, we're able to solve for k in terms of c and d. Now all we need to do is plug in these 2 points back into our slope equation and solve for k. K equals, let's take our y2 point and call that d, minus our y1 point, let's call that 4. Our x2 point, the point that is paired with y2, is c. And our x1 point that's paired with y1, is 0. And now we just simplify. So k equals d minus 4 over c. And we've effectively answered the question. What is the slope in terms of c and d? So the problem that we just did kind of illustrates how the slope-intercept form of a line is used in problems on the SAT. Even though it won't directly produce the answer that you're looking for. In other words, it won't directly answer the question that the problem is asking. You need to know it in order to be able to take those next 2 or 3 steps to produce the answer that they want. So you must know it for the test. I hope this fundamental tip has helped you in your prep for the SAT. We wish you the best of luck. If you have any questions, please go to our website and subscribe down below. Thanks.